Watching out for you. This is KEZI 9 News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Sid Dutcher. It's 8 o'clock on Sunday, December 22nd. We'll get to your top stories in just a minute, but first let's check in with meteorologist Marissa Walzen with a quick look at the weather. Marissa, Christmas is just a couple days away. What can we expect for the weather?
Well, Sid, we're actually looking at some pretty mild weather. We saw mild weather for the first day of winter yesterday, and that's actually going to continue over the next couple of days. And we're also going to dry out just in time for Christmas. So if you do have any local travel plans, they're looking pretty good. However, if you're headed across the country, a much different story. There is a big storm off to our east. Here's a look at current conditions this morning. We're waking up with a few light showers out there. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. A lot like what we saw yesterday. This pattern is going to continue as well today. Current temperatures, these are actually our high temperatures for today. But you can see actually it's where we're starting off right now. Our high temperatures are going to actually get into the 50s this afternoon. But for now, looking at those mid 40s across most of the area. So once again, expect highs into the low to mid 50s. Looking at mostly cloudy skies with just a few light showers across the area. But I'll have more details on your holiday week forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
In today's top story, as many as 40 million people were affected by the major credit and debit card security breach at Target stores earlier this week. As an apology to customers, Target is offering a 10% store-wide discount all weekend long. KEZI 9 News reporter Chanu Her talked with local Target shoppers to see what they had to say about the security scare and the way that Target is handling the issue.
Shoppers who didn't know about the 10% discount took it as an early Christmas surprise.
Yeah, I think it'll make me shop a little bit more than I thought I would today, for sure.
Obviously 10% off any time is always nice. Yeah, can't argue with that.
Those who did know,
that's kind of what brought us in here,
reacted the same.
Yeah, it's a little bonus, so especially around the holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
And Target was full of the holiday spirit Saturday, but just a couple of days ago, the mood wasn't quite as jolly after Target announced millions of credit and debit card information was stolen. The company's CEO issued a statement of apology and addressed what he says is their #1 priority, the customers.
I like the way they've handled it. And obviously the 10%, I didn't even know about that until I came into the store today, so that's even better. But just the fact that they came out and said, we have a problem and here's how we're dealing with it, I like that.
It's tough for a business that size, especially for a breach that large. So I think they're doing all right. They're doing the best they can.
I think they're handling it good. I mean, they're in control, and I think they'll get everything resolved for all the customers.
Target's website says customers who shopped between November 27th through December 15th are at risk. Michael and Martin Queener says when the news first broke,
because we definitely had shopped here during that time, so
they took extra steps to be safe.
And both of us have taken the precautionary step of getting new cards. So
yeah, just in case. But
although not everyone did the same, shoppers say the way Target handled the situation makes them believe they're still in good hands.
Here's Target, we got a problem, we're not sweeping it under the rug, we're taking care of it. So as much confidence, or if not more, I certainly respect the company more than I did before because of the way they're handling it.
I might even come back tomorrow to finish up the rest of my shopping when I get home and check my list twice.
Well, that was Chanu Her reporting. While shoppers we talked to were very forgiving, a Portland woman has filed a class action lawsuit against Target. The plaintiff, Lisa Purcell, filed the suit on Friday, which could exceed $5 million in damages from the Minnesota-based retail giant. The suit says Target, quote, failed to implement and maintain reasonable security procedures and practices appropriate to the nature and scope of information compromised in the data breach. JP Morgan Chase is also responding to the breach by limiting the use of debit cards for customers who are at risk. In a statement released yesterday, the big bank says the move provides additional security for at-risk accounts. It says ATM debit withdrawals from potential victims of the Target breach are temporarily limited to $100 a day. The bank is also limiting purchases to $300 a day. Customers whose debit cards are at risk won't be able to access cash at ATMs if they're traveling internationally, and JP Morgan also says it's automatically reissuing all affected debit cards. Well, Ray's Food Place is undergoing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and now that the local grocery store is restructuring, they're seeing some major customer backlash. Several Fern Ridge residents are refusing to shop at Ray's in Veneta after they say a manager who had worked for the company for more than 20 years was recently replaced.
Last Thursday evening, he was told at the end of his shift that he would no longer be manager here, and that his job now would be assistant manager at Oak Ridge, which for him is about an hour, 20-minute drive one way.
Aside from boycotting the grocery store, there's also an online petition that's gathered more than 160 signatures and a paper petition that's garnered about 200 to 300 signatures. We've reached out to C&K, the corporation that owns the store, but we did not hear back from them. In news covering Oregon this morning, the H1N1 virus is back in our state, and one Portland woman is critically ill. The woman, identified as Sandy, says she did not get the flu shot. Her husband, Dennis, said everyone in the family got sick, but his wife, Sandy, just wasn't getting any better. She has been hospitalized since Thanksgiving. Doctors remind us that the easiest way to keep from getting sick is to get the flu shot. And the Oregon Department of Motor Vehicles is making some changes to the way that new drivers can get a license. Beginning next month, the DMV will waive the driver test for provisional driver's licenses if the applicant completes a state-approved driver's ed program. Students who pass the rigorous driving test in driver's ed will receive a plastic card certifying that they successfully completed the course. When they bring that card to the DMV and meet all other requirements, they will be not required to do the DMV drive test. Well, you may not be expecting it, but don't be surprised if you get a holiday package delivered to your house today. The United States Postal Service will not be taking their usual Sunday break due to the high volume of mail coming through. Letter carriers across Oregon will be providing service in order to ensure customers get their last-minute shipments delivered on time. But it's getting down to the wire. Yesterday was the last day for priority mail, and tomorrow is the last day for Priority Express mail. And just a reminder that there will be no trash pickup on Christmas Day or New Year's Day. Republic Services of Corvallis and Sanipac in Eugene both say that pickup services will be delayed one day over the next 2 weeks. And that means if you normally set your trash out on Wednesday or Thursday, for the next 2 weeks, those pickups will be made on Thursday and Friday, respectively. Christmas is just 3 days away, which means the Eugene Holiday Market is wrapping up its season. Yesterday was a frenzy. The indoor market is located at the Lane Event Center, and it is still open for a couple more days for those last-minute local shoppers. There are handcrafted gifts, live music, and food. Vendors say it's been a very successful year. They're proud that they offer one-of-a-kind gift options for holiday shoppers.
Everything's unique. You can't find a lot of this stuff anywhere else because it's created and sold by the artist.
I think a lot of us here feel ourselves are lucky to have an opportunity to explore a creative avenue where we can bring some color to the world.
The holiday market will still be bustling all the way through 4 in the afternoon on Christmas Eve. The senior dinner in Eugene that we told you about earlier this month is also just around the corner, and it will go on even after struggling to collect donations from the community. One local man was a big help this year. Organizers say that he raised $3,000 to make sure Lane County could serve a Christmas dinner to its senior citizens.
And we had one local businessman, John H. Brown, who took that call to action and really looked out to his colleagues and friends and really helped network with us to bring in that last remaining financial donation.
So far, 500 seniors have purchased tickets to attend the dinner. There are still a few tickets left at the Campbell Senior Center and the Willamette Lane Senior Center as well. Where Oregon State Parks are reminding anyone heading to the coast over the holidays to look out for whales. Winter Whale Watch starts the day after Christmas and extends until New Year's Eve. Volunteer guides will be at state parks up and down the coast. Just look for the Whale Spoken Here signs and go to whalespokenhere.org for more information.